What up YouTube, Spike Robot here with another video, this time a rant. I was inspired to make this rant by watching the Mysterious Mr. Enters video, Further Thoughts on Peter Asman, where he criticizes the stereotype that men think about sex all the time, like 24/7. And women do not want sex at all. And they never think about it. Overall, a great video, man. And you pointed out how this is a stupid mentality and brought up things I didn't even know. And most importantly, you helped me justify why I think this is a damaging stereotype. I did not know. I always had this feeling, but I never knew how to defend it or even explain what it was until I saw the video. However, there is one flaw that I will address. This flaw does not exactly ruin the video, but it does leave a bad taste in my mouth. But I'll get to that when I get to that. It seems that people believe that men only want sex and women do not want it at all. I'm going to say this right now. That is not true in the fucking slightest. There are men with high sex drives, but there's also actually men with very low sex drives. On the other side of things, there are women with low sex drives, but there's also women with very high sex drives. Hell, there are some people that are completely asexual. Well, granted, it's only 1 to 2% of the population, but there still is people who are asexual. And I know this is a stupid stereotype, and this is coming from someone who has a very high sex drive. However, here's the thing. I don't think about it all the fucking time. There are some times when I'm legitimately not horny at all. But when I am, I will gladly masturbate. And I do it for a simple reason. And it relieves my sexual frustration and it feels good. If a man thought about fucking all the time, then they would have hypersexual disorder. And yes, it's a real fucking mental illness. You could research it your goddamn self. Also, anyone who thinks women don't want sex at all, like ever, you need to see an erotic thriller, or hell, even Girls Gone Wild. This brings me to my next point. Okay, the mistake Mr. Enter made in his video is he said all movies have this problem. All movies seem to have this problem. I think it's kind of bullshit, because there are several movies that legitimately don't use the stereotype, right? And like the 007 series, for example. Sure at times it almost leans to that stereotype, but what undercuts it is the fact that Bond is focused on the mission, and he has. And the women who have sex with him are eager to do it. In fact, some of them even offer him first. A lot of more mainstream Hollywood comedies use this stereotype. This is a large reason why I don't like any of these goddamn modern comedies. And this is also a reason why I'm not a fan of Seth Rogen's brand of humor. As a matter of fact, there are movies that have no sexual content whatsoever, proving that theory false. But once again, good video, Mr. Enter. You killed it. You always do. Great video, man. And besides, you were right when you said a lot of sitcoms, both modern and classic, have this stereotype. I don't even like sitcoms all that much because they just glorify society's fucked up understandings of sex. That's another thing I want to touch upon. These modern comedies, and hell, even the sitcoms, claim to say sex is good, but they make the people who want it look bad. All the males are idiots, and all the females are whores. That is insulting on every fucking level. Now let's move on, or else I'll never stop talking about it. Society says, that's how it works, wink wink, nudge nudge, except that's not how it works. It is quite the opposite, in fact. It is funny that society talks about, it is funny that society also talks about objectification. Well, I don't believe in objectification. It is just some stupid bullshit made up by people with low sex drives because they cannot make a good argument for shit. Are women sex drives? Yes. Are women sex objects? Yes. And so are men. Humans are very sexual beings in general. It baffles me that people will use that word like a fucking phrase. Oh, and these same people may look at my 007 argument and complain that it is misogyny. I feel the term misogyny is being misused. Misogyny means hatred of women. James Bond does not have a hatred for women. If anything, he loves women. An example of misogyny would be puhate.com, if you guys know what I'm talking about, or saying that men are better than women, which is fucking stupid. One gender is not better than the other. My point is, are you a good man or a bad man if you think about fucking? Make up your damn mind. Because if you complain and bitch about objectification and call things misogynistic when they have no right to be called misogynistic, and then jerk off to some heterosexual porn afterward, you're a hypocrite, cunt. We are at full circle here. This sort of stereotype is damaging for everyone. It insults men with low sex drives, and it insults women with high sex drives. And it encourages men to act like idiots. And it also leads to this little brand of logic. If a woman rapes a man, that man just got lucky. That is fucking disgusting in and of itself, but I think the mysterious Mr. Enter explained why that is pretty well. This is why I say fuck society. They don't give a shit about nuance. I want a world where people are treated like people. And the more we trust stereotypes like this, the less likely we're going to get that world. Anyone who believes that this stereotype, anyone who still believes that this stereotype is true can fuck off. You are everything that's wrong with our society. I'm done with this video. So, have a nice day.